Hey everyone, it's Orpheus here, and today Shyvana has just been spoiled. She is the dragon that we have been long awaiting for, so pretty exciting stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're a dragon! I don't know why she's on top of that.
Fire and fury burn in me. The dragon's rage claws to get
Give me
out.
+1/1 when I attack this round. Leaps into battle. Fighting tooth and claw.
Break them.
No fury on her first form, but she is a dragon.
A challenge
Leads
lies
the
ahead
dragon
of us.
guard.
This time, we'll be ready for them.
Look out when I'm summoned if you behold a dragon rally. Once dragon
Suffer
allies
my
deal 12
fury.
damage. I'm assuming Shyvana levels up. Nice. That's pretty easy to do with dragons. Oh, that's a great level up animation.
My true form.
Now Shyvana takes flight with fire and fury. The animations are great. Strafing strike. So it's like single combat, but it can heal up dragons. Okay. With Shyvana in your deck. Dragons dominate the battle. They're insane. Let's see if stars bleed. Is that what she said? Alright. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at these cards now. She's a 4-mana 3/4 attack, give me +1/1 this round. She is a dragon on the front and the back side as well. Her level up condition is I've seen dragon allies deal 12+ damage. Pretty easy thing for dragon allies to do, as they do a lot of damage, and plus things like single combat and stuff I assume help with that. On the flip side, she is a 4/5 attack, give me +2/2 this round, and create a fleeting strafing strike in hand, which that is this right here. An ally and an enemy strike each other, then if the ally is a dragon, heal 2. So it's very similar to a single combat. Very, very similar to single combat. The dragon healing 2 I feel like generally isn't going to be making it better than single combat. So I don't feel like this is something you'll main deck, but it's something that getting from Shyvana as an extra is pretty nice overall. Her signature card is Confront, grant an ally challenger. This one just confuses me, just because we have cards like On Guard that are grant allies, like all your allies challenger for the same amount of mana and as a burst spell. So I feel like they were worried that they made this too good, it would make Shyvana a little bit too good, so they purposely made a weaker spell. This is something that you will never main deck because it's a 3-mana worse card than the cards that we already have available, and it's not played. So I feel like this is only this bad because they feel like Shyvana was fairly strong, I would assume, in testing, so that's pretty exciting. That's the reason that she might be, her champion card might not be as good. Also, correction while we're here real quick, it does say grant an ally challenger instead of give, so that does mean that it keeps the challenger, so that makes it a little bit better, but still for 3 mana that is really expensive. Eclipse Dragon, I think the art on this is pretty amazing. I love the art on this one. It is a 7-mana 7/5 Targonian dragon with fury. Daybreak, the next dragon or celestial unit you play costs 2 less. And that is not, it doesn't say for the round, at least as far as we know, it doesn't say for the round, so this means that you can play it and then the next turn you could just drop the Aurelian Soul, which is pretty cool that that's a possibility. But really any of the dragons, I like it a lot. I'm excited for it. Nightfall, create a random dragon follower and celestial follow and hand. It's kind of cool because with Raboon you could do both. You could do both of them, which that sounds like a pretty fun thing to do. But I think this, I don't know if this card will see a ton of play, but I'm so excited to play it, and I think that's all that matters. I'm so excited to play Dragon Duck, yes. And then we have the Infernal, 9 mana, 9/6 Fury. When I'm summoned, grant other dragons, allies everywhere, +2/2. Unfortunately, this card is not very strong unless maybe you can ramp up into it, because +2/2 isn't going to help you really close out the game, especially when you're playing something for 9 mana. I feel like you're going to need something earlier. Mobilized dragons might be able to cheat it out a little bit earlier as well, but the stats, I feel like it needs to have Overwhelm or a little bit something more, because a 9 mana 9/6 essentially do nothing. Yeah, it's a bit questionable how much it's going to help. I feel like we won't see this card that often, but I still will be using it to buff up my dragons at some point at least. Finally, the Dragon Guard Lookout. When I'm summoned, if you behold a dragon, rally. This is essentially a better Citrus Courier. Yes, Citrus Courier is a 4/5, but it does require Plunder, and the fact that this is just having a dragon, I feel like this is a pretty strong card. If you run it over, Relentless Pursuit can be questionable, but this does give you a body at least. I feel like it's at least decent. I also think the art on it is very cool. I love the red and gold together. Yesterday we had other cards revealed. We had the Achehead Researcher. When I'm summoned, create a random dragon follower in hand. Really hard to place this card, even with seeing the new dragons, just because I don't know how much the need for dragons will be at this point. For some reason, I don't feel like this card is going to be played as much, but I do think it's a pretty fun card. Dragon Guard Lieutenant. When I'm summoned, if you behold a dragon, grant me Challenger. Pretty insane. Really, really strong, I feel like. I mean, just having a 3/2 Challenger, it can control the board so well. Stony Suppressor, all spells cost 1 more. Well, very good for anti-Lee Sin. It's very much a tech card, so I don't really know. It could either see a lot of play or none at all. It's one of those cards, I feel like, that it's really hard to know until you just know. And then there's the Noxkara, I don't know how to say it, Arena, Landmark. Around end, your strongest ally and weakest allies or enemies strike each other. I don't know how I feel about that. It feels like 5 mana is just going to be too much. It's going to be too slow, and there's times where you won't want your ally striking anything because it's going to die. So I feel like you can't really control it as much as you'd want to, especially if you're going to take the time to play a 5 mana landmark. I feel like it's going to be way too slow. There might be some interesting things that can happen with it though. Sharp Sight. Burst, give an ally +2/2 for 2 mana. I can block units with elusive this round. So even without the elusive, 2 mana +2/2 I feel like is really strong. I feel like that's a really insane card. And even then, you can also block elusive as well. So being able to get that to dragons and letting them block the elusives, it's pretty sweet. And this is just a really strong card in general, even without the additional text. The 2 mana +2/2 for the combat trick is incredibly strong. It also says give an ally. It doesn't, or it says grant. It doesn't say grant or give. Give? It's not grant, it's just give. Okay. Scorched Earth, fast, kill a damaged unit or destroy a landmark. Very flexible card. Kind of like Noxie and Guilty in some ways, except it also has the ability to destroy a landmark. I assume we'll see this played a lot in the first 2 to 3 weeks as people are experimenting with landmarks. And then there's Stalking Broodmother, Fury, and Scout. 7 mana at 6/6. I feel like this card's generally going to be a bit too slow, but who can really say? I think scouting with a dragon does sound pretty sweet, so I'm excited to try that.